I hosted a client who was from Netherlands, white client, and she had booked via booking.com. So when we were talking, I asked, out of curiosity, I asked the client, how did you get here? Because you see, there are people who live in Nakuru and don't know waffles. Someone from Netherlands is in waffles. So I asked, how did you find us? And she told me something that was very interesting. My name is Eric Mbandu, and I'm in charge of this place, Wafflesuites. Basically, I'm in charge of marketing and growth at Wafflesuites. Yes. Well, my journey has been of growth because having trained in a different field, I started out as I'm a law student, so I wanted to be a lawyer. And then midway, due to some challenges here and there, I decided to pursue another journey. That's when I found myself in the hospitality industry. I started out from the very low. I was a porter. For those who don't understand, a porter is someone who carries luggage for the guests. That's how I started out. And when I started out as a porter, one thing I loved about the industry was the interactions that you get. You know, this industry is about relationships, meeting people, talking to clients, getting to know who they are, you know, how their life is. So I fell in love with the industry, even if I started as a porter. That's how I grew, because having a good rapport with the clients, they then recommend you to your manager for some appraisals. That's how I grew from a porter to a receptionist, from a receptionist to a reservations manager, from a reservations manager to a marketing manager. After being a marketing manager, I'm now in charge of a whole institution. That's how I grew. Yeah.
This Christmas deluxe. 5,000. So who 2,000. Who baby.
Well, for me, I can say it's all about passion. This job is all about passion. And what really motivated me to want to push myself more is, like I said, the interaction with clients and the relationships I was making. You get to meet clients from different walks of life. You meet the rich, the not so rich. You meet people with different challenges, and funny enough, they tend to open up to you if you tend to be close to them. So I'd find people coming, we share, we talk. Clients could even call me, even if they're not booking a room, they'd just call to find out how I'm doing and to share the experiences from another hotel they were, what they're going through in life. So that really made me want to be in this industry more, because I believed it was more of a calling to me. So I'm really passionate about what I do. So the most motivating factor to me was the relationships I was building. Yes. I'll tell you one thing. The most important currency in this world is the human capital. The human capital. There are those who have the money, but they really don't know what to do with the money. There are those who have the experience, but really sometimes the experience is not needed in that field. But there's something called the human capital. Human capital is basically networking. And in this world, it's only network. Your network is your net worth. That's what they say. So to me, the network that I had is actually what made me rise from the position of a mere porter into being in charge of a whole institution. You only grow through networks. If you don't have a good network, then you will merely grow. Yeah. Well, you see, when it comes to an industry or a company that only deals with product production and no interaction, most of those industries you get, there is not much you can do in terms of inventions, in terms of interaction, because normally the system do most of the work. Because, for instance, I'm manufacturing soap, so you'll have to make an order for the soap. Someone will come pick the soap and bring it to your place. We've not interacted with you. If there is bad feedback, you'll hardly know where to raise the comments. Only if maybe I have an online page, you'll go and vent there. But one thing about our service industry is that the interaction is so high. It has minimal system involved because we want you to feel the warmth. That doesn't happen in the product producing industries. So here is more of the warmth, the welcome. This is a home setup, you know. I want you to feel welcomed. I want you to feel at home. I want you to feel relaxed. I want you to enjoy the ambience. I want you to enjoy my meals. So it's more of an interaction industry, unlike the other industries. And that is why it is very important for our people in the industry to understand that because you interact so much with the clients, you are the ones who make or break the industry. Because there's a survey that was done and people were saying, why do people not come back to facilities? Several reasons were thrown around, death, relocation, and all that. But what took the major share is the service and the attitude of your staff. The kind of service you offer and the attitude of the people that you have will determine if you'll close or you will grow. And that, to answer your questions, tells you that this industry is more of the interactions you make with the client, because that is the ultimate service they'll have. In the hotel, there's something we call the wow experience. Wow experience means your expectation as a client was met by the experience you got from our place. So when the expectation and the experience match, now you have a wow experience. That is what we endeavor to have. That is our end product. That experience can only be achieved by these relationships that we are building with our clients. Sure, to remain relevant here, you really have to have the best service and the right attitude. You must be very welcoming, you must be very warm. It's not about the beds, it's not about the cutleries. At your place, at home, you have this bed, right? You have these cutleries. What is that extra that makes you feel you're at Waffles? It is now the people factor, which is very important. The people you interact with here, that is our staff. That is all that matters in this industry. Yeah. Last week, I hosted a client who was from Netherlands, white client, and she had booked via booking.com. So when we were talking, I asked, out of curiosity, I asked the client, how did you get here? Because you see, there are people who live in Nakuru and don't know Waffles. Someone from Netherlands is in Waffles. So I asked, how did you find us? And she told me something that was very interesting, that us as travelers, our compass is the reviews. The reviews that you have online is the compass that leads us to your place. If your review is bad, your compass leads us away from your place. If your reviews are good, the compass leads us to your place. So if you go to online, you'll find that our review, we are rated 10 over 10 online. That means our reviews are good. That is the compass that will guide clients to our place. These reviews are not, these reviews they give because of the interaction they've had with our staff. So they say the staff are warm, the food was nice, the bed was well made, the people were welcoming. Those are the compass that will lead more people to this place. You know, clients are curious human beings, eh? So when there's a new facility, they tend to want to come. Okay? So somehow there's something we call the customer instinct. The customer instinct will lead a client here, even if they were never meant to be here, because of that curiosity. This is a new place. Maybe he was just passing, and then he saw a new place. He might want to come and experience. So that is one bit of it, which brought people, the curiosity bit. To that worked to our advantage, because now when they come and they find you are settled, you are ready for them, they'll stay, because they'll be comparing this experience vis-a-vis the experience they've been having. So they're likely to stay. That's an advantage. But now, to the disadvantage part is that you come to a market that is so crowded, and you're just coming and you want to break even. So the thing becomes, somebody had already planned a conference and they already have relationship with other places that they are going. You also have a conference facility and you'd want them to come. Now you see, you're fighting between the relationship they have maybe for 10 years with another institution and you, who is very new. So it becomes a challenge for you to even convince another person to give you, to trust you with 70 people for conferencing for 1 week. Why would they trust you and they already have a place they've worked with for 10 years? That also becomes a challenge to us. But by and large, it's a good challenge that we take positively and we move on. For my staff, one thing I know is I always tell them to, number one, be honest. Be very honest with the client. You don't have to lie to the client that I'll give you a room that is facing the lake and you actually don't have that room. So be as honest as you can with the client. Be faithful. If they give you, if a room is 5,000, they've given you in excess amount, be faithful enough to tell them this amount is in excess. Don't rob the clients. Be faithful. If you are a housekeeper and you're inside the rooms and maybe a client has left some cash in the safe, be faithful. Don't pick it. It's not yours, you know. So honesty, faithfulness, being what I call generally loving and caring, you know, because we also have kids who come here. Show them love. Don't have the, what we call the complaining type of attitude. Just be warm, be welcoming, and you know, because like I said, it's about the interaction and the relationship that we make. So that's all I tell them. Just be you, be welcoming, be honest, be faithful. The rest will flow, and have the right attitude. Yeah. Well, dealing with people is always challenging in the sense that everyone is different in their own ways. So you find, like now, I have staff who are under me. So today you find somebody will not show up because of various reasons. Some will opt to do A and you told them to do B. That's a challenge. It's a big challenge that we are dealing with. But by and large, I can say our focus is more on the client. So the challenge I'm facing right now is just the challenge of expansion. Because you see, there's also a limit given the piece of land we are sitting on. So the biggest challenge right now I can say I have is the challenge of expansion, because we were received very well in the market. People are responding positively to what we have. So now the challenge becomes, how will I take all of them in? That's the only challenge I'm facing right now. We have contacts. We are on booking.com. Okay, let's say we are on all, we call them OTAs, online travel agents. Booking.com, Expedia, TripAdvisor, you can find us there. We have our social media handles at Wafflesuites, that's on Twitter, on Instagram, and on Facebook. And then we have our emails, that is info@wafflesuites.co.ke or wafflesuites@gmail.com. And then we also have a phone number, which is 0704-706843. They can call and inquire whatever it is they want. So we are out there. Yes. Hi guys, my name is Eric Mbandu. I'm the General Manager of the Waffle Suites, and this is Imagine Business. Thank you.